Come home to yourself. This phrase is often used in marketing for tantra, conscious sexuality, lots of embodiment types of work. And I was talking with a friend about this the other day because she was like, I keep seeing this phrase, come home to yourself. What does that even mean? And I thought that was a great question. And it feels very alive for me because I recently had an experience of coming home to myself. And Tantra, like a lot of other sexuality work, is really focused on helping us be more in our bodies because our body is always in the present moment. Our mind is constantly obsessing about the past and the future and taking us away from our experience of the here and now. But our body is always in the present. And yet, most of us go through life feeling very disconnected from our bodies. We've been conditioned in our education system to constantly experience the world through the analytical mind. And unless you have, a pretty dedicated meditation practice, it's likely that you go through your entire day without your mind ever really turning off. And a lot of folks that I know really like sex as an outlet where they get to be in their bodies. Yet many of us struggle, including myself, when we go into sex to turn the mind off. That we're still thinking. Maybe we're thinking about our insecurities. We're worried about what our partner thinks about us. Maybe we're just distracted and thinking about other things from our day or from life or work. Maybe we're thinking about what we're going to do after this. Maybe we're analyzing our partner. Maybe we're just in fantasy, that I'm actually constantly in a fantasy in my mind while I'm having sex, and I'm not actually in the present with the person I'm doing it with. So when we start doing embodiment work, these are practices that help us feel our body more, help us feel our sensations, help us feel our emotions, that help us feel our energy, help us feel what's actually alive for me right now in this moment. And often, when we experience this, when we come into the body more, there is a feeling like finally coming home to me, coming home to the essence of who I am that's not mediated by the thoughts in my head. Coming home to deeper layers of truth of my being that again aren't constantly filtered through who I think I am or who I think I should be or who I think I'm not. But how do I actually experience myself in the here and now? And if you've not had that feeling during sex, it can be extremely profound because sex is one of the places where we get to be most in the fullness of ourselves. We get to be completely wild and uninhibited. We get to be completely soft and tender and vulnerable when we give ourselves the most permission and we create a container of safety with our partner or partners. It's a space where the fullness of who I am gets to come out without shame, without judgment, without fear. And when we finally taste that, there can be this profound sense of relief. It's like, finally, I'm home. Finally, I'm allowed to be me. I don't have to perform. I don't have to put on a mask and pretend to be someone. Finally, I'm allowed to feel whatever it is that I'm feeling. And this is at the heart of what we're doing in Tantra and in the events that I run, is create a space where all of you is welcome. All of you gets to be present. And Tantra as a spiritual path invites this radical acceptance of what is in the here and now. And when we allow that to penetrate us, that it's completely okay to be you, to be me, just the way that I am in this moment. That is okay. It can be like finally coming home, maybe for the first time in your life. So if you want to taste this, because it is a feeling to be felt, it is an experience to be lived, I invite you to join one of our events. The next workshop I'm running in Amsterdam is called The Art of Surender. And this workshop is all about helping us to drop out of the mind, out of our story of who we think we are or who we should be, and simply into what is real in the here and now. And when I can learn to let go, it can bring me into states of bliss. It can bring me into spiritual experiences. It can take me into another dimension than the mental world that we inhabit in our day-to-day lives. So I would love to see you there. Check out all the details. If you have questions, send me a message. I'm really happy to have a call and talk to you more about what we'll be doing in the weekend and see if it's a good fit for you. Thanks.